Welcome back. I have freed up space. I really needed to free up some space in order to and now I have enough space. I could probably run for several hours, but I probably won't go that far. I'll probably go to the next point. Cult's dedicated to... Okay. So there's a bunch of missions that have got coming.
Let us be off. Let's move.
Hey, this looks a little bit different. Defender Heart looks different. The map actually looks kind of the same. The Great Garrison actually looks like a garrison in the market square. So, what's funny is the difference. There's the Tower of Estrad. That's the tower we need to go to. Market Square is a divided city. You can't get the Great Garrison or the Blackwing Library until you get through the Market Square. But the map looks kind of the same. The only difference is that the Defender's Heart has an actual... Oh, I was supposed to talk to Horgus. Frack. Well, we'll worry about it later. And the Great Garrison, before Defender's Heart just looked like a little circle like that, and like this, instead of looking like a building. Now, from what I heard, I don't think they changed too much on these random encounters.
Save the last one for me.
Most of these random encounters are pretty useless. And why on earth would we be attacked by spiders?
I'll get you wide open.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Forward!
Cover me, all right?
Uh-oh.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Ow, that hurt.
The spirits demand your blood.
You won't survive me.
Dang, you missed on
We
both.
won't falter.
Well, Jiff,
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
that's a pretty good hit.
Into the fray.
You are today's sacrifice.
Okay. Chaotic neutral. As descendant of Devons, tieflings are not the most respected or trusted under Mendev's citizens. Mendev is like the state where I'm guessing that most of these cities are, this region. to put it mildly. Alright. Alright.
There is no greater satisfaction than overcoming a challenge. That is, of course, until one day the challenge overcomes you.
Okay, leave us alone and let us get to the thiefling's hideout.
Follow me.
There's Sister Canistry, or whatever her name is. Brother Wooljeff, you got my message then? Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, my dear Kirisme. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, well no, I was still in shackles and I was being watched. And then Chief got me out and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting for me. Enough talking or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. So what happened? That bitch Erebus showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Kennebrez is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? He speaks. I thought Wooljeff only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. I would be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family, there's nothing worse than betrayal. And there's something we do not forgive. We do not forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, I'll wish I was burning in Kennebrez. I want to keep living, so if I'm going to take that chance, until I find out who the traitor is, no one is leaving. Do you think Wooljeff knows the name of the traitor? Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Wooljeff has been a part of has been very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Wooljeff is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. I'd have said that meant Wooljeff was cursed with finding friends among losers and screw-ups, but now that he's one of us, with us, that must mean his curse has been broken. Wooljeff, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisma got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. He jerks his head over there at these idiots over here. She rounds us up and she says we got a score, ancestries and wonders, the one place nobody's been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem, but now a powerful skull that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession. Along with the tip-off that the shop owner would have be gone in a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're all in. And the most important thing is that none of us was to be hanging out about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or the master. The job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right with locks and the golem. I picked the lock. I remember it as clear as day. Sister Delana was on the lookout. My brother Melron had the scroll. Dolphy, Taffy, and Varnier brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in the sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under the table after it. Next thing I know, Erebeth was there. Everyone scampered, but I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was about to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. They had insult to injury. I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything? Where's the Moon of Abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the Moon of the Abyss? It's an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancestry's Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side, there was a half moon, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like an eclipsing moon. Old man Philium was so proud of that amulet, he used to say, "I'll never sell it. It is a jewel of my collection." I used to go there to see the kind of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing to look at. There's nothing else to look at in Kenabris. People used to claim that it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole the thing like that, you'd have guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Why would Erebeth... Oh, everybody else knew that you were always hanging around Ancestries and Wonders, drooling over the Moon of the Abyss. Did you think you could swipe it up and all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all get locked up and you'd get off scot-free with a fancy trinket to boot? Do you take me for a mug, Woljif? I see right through you. Why would Erebeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I were the Wrath, I would have kissed her on the hand and be long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fellow, not an idiot. Why would I go against a family so the fish in Selen can have a nice wolfish-sized dinner? The Moon of Abyss is a pretty bauble to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Erebeth's people would protect you. You knew all along you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. The only problem is no one returned the amulet to Philemon. Are you giving Erebeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Immonade all rolled up in the one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who take bribes. I'm sorry to say, but Erebeth Tirabade is not one of them. Gone, Woljif. Well, that's the whole story. Some family that this turned out to be. So just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's important to you, Sister Kirisime, I'll find it. I'll drag the traitor here by the horns, just so you don't end up at the bottom of the Selen. But do you know what you're gonna owe me for that? An apology, right here in front of everyone. You're gonna apologize loud and clear so everyone hears it. You'll say, "Sorry, Woljif, your guy knows wrong about you." Fine, you're one of my people, which means I'm gonna give you some time. If you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in your cup and every meal. You'll look in the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family will come for you. You will have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running, you'll catch your breath, and that's when we'll get you. Got that? You got a way with words, Sister Chemistry. A way that almost makes me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. Let's go chat to that scary girl, Erebeth. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. Let's do the talking. We'll find out the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor. Be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Hey, we leveled up. So, as I said, let's see. Champion of Faith. I'm going to stick with Champion of Faith. It looks like I get a feat and a combat feat. There's a difference. There's some martial. A combat feat is like a feat that you'd only get as a fighter, and then the other feat is basically for like a general one. Okay, so let's see. What do I want here? Well, that would make me more persuasive. That's definitely one I might want to, because I want to be persuasive when in conversations with people. Because for some reason, maybe it's because Thila's charisma is higher than mine. She always seems to be the one that gets to do the persuasion. Great fortitude, persuasive. I think I have an 18 strength. Is it 18 or 20? I forget. Shake it off. What am I, Taylor Swift? You know what's really funny is the only reason why I know that song is I was somewhere when and there were certain videos that were on the TV screens, and I used to see that one all the time. That's the only reason why I know it. I think I'm gonna go with. I mean, power attack's kind of nice, but you take a 1-point penalty to melee skills to do 2 more damage. That's kind of a good thing to get when you're a fighter, when you're a badass fighter. You know, I'm gonna grab this. Now I get a combat. Dazzling display. You're skilled with your favorite weapon can frighten enemies. While wielding your weapon in which you have a weapon focus, you can perform a bewildering show of a prowess as a full round action. Make a persuasive check that demoralize all enemies within 30 feet. Yeah, a lot of these other ones aren't that useful. The thing is about the Champion of Faith is I am focused on the longsword. My character will only use the longsword. The Tower Shield. I think I'm gonna do Tower Shield proficiency because Tower Shields are very useful. And I'm not much of a... a hua 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 hua. So persuasion and intimidating prowess. So I will definitely be the one making, like when I do persuasive feats. Let's see, where's persuasion? Persuasion 7. It's 7 now because I have 3 ranks, and then I get 1 in charisma. That's 4, and then I get. Oh, so, dang! Why is it? Class skill should be 4. Well, Sela's still gonna be. Sela's still gonna get it because she's gonna get. I think she gets another level of persuasion. She's +8. But I should be +8. For some reason it says +7. I don't know why that is, but that's how it is. Oh, I think he's got then Archer proficiency. Where is it? Is it let's see. What was the one I was? It's kind of interesting. He's also an Imonide. Zen archery may use wisdom modifier instead of his dexterity on range attack. Blah, 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 blah. Where was it? I know I saw it somewhere. Oh, it's down here under feats. FB feats. Point blank master. You do not provoke attacks of opportunity when firing selected weapon. So you know how they were doing attacks of opportunity on me, on people? Well, he does not provoke attacks of opportunity. So let's look at something here. This thing's cheating. It says 3. It should be 4. So 3 ranks plus 1 charisma plus 4 should be 8. Damn, I probably should have just got dazzling display. I'm supposed to be the friggin' leader, dang it. Alright, screw it. Let's go. It says I can use my it said I can use my modifier. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was one other thing I wanted to do. So I get another first level spell. Do I get any second levels? No, I don't. I guess that's the trade-off. I mean, if you're a cleric at 3rd level, you would have second level spells by now. You'd have second level spells. But because I'm kind of I'm like I said, I'm kind of a fighter cleric, so I kind of get a little bit of one, a little bit of two, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Let's give her some healing, more healing. She has a spirit magic which she can use. That anything that's in like this kind of yellowish is part of her spirit magic, and she can do that. Okay,
March on.
I should probably rest. Oh, I need to talk to Hergus. He gave me the gold, and now he wants to give me a job. Blah 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 blah. I've been talking way too much. I'm sorry. I already know. I already know what he wants. Because, like I said, I've played this. So he wants me to go to his mansion, and this time I wormed him out of more money because I'm not trying to save him. I didn't. It's more hilarious. I mean, there's one thing if you're paying me to save you, that's not right. I mean, he paid us anyway. He said, "I'm gonna pay you anyway," so it's different. There's a traitor. I'm trying to rack that. Blah, 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 blah. Any success? How is the city? There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is the informant among the thieflings? Kenneferis is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves. I don't like this, but I hope I know what you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see the informant's face. He slipped out of the dark alley, handed me a note, and then disappeared. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but horns, very long horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem at Ancestry and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find what you saw. The code word is the Hand of Iori. The shop owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. I'm doing this just to get some experience points.
Onwards.
Considering some of the things that happen later on, first off, you need all the money you can get. You can need all the experience you can get. Let's face it, that is the truth.
Let us be off.
I think in reality, you probably wouldn't waste your friggin' time on these side quests, but because of the game, you would. Because anyone who's played role-playing games knows that the more missions you do, the more experience points you get, and the more powerful you become. That's the way it goes. Oh, let's go here. This is, what's funny is I thought they were going to do more with this. This is exactly how it was in the beta. I'm not even sure what this is about. You can procure some regions. That's it. That seems kind of weak. Oh, come on, man.
Yet another obstacle.
Oh. So it's a Skier, which looks like a Minotaur, but he's actually a demon. He has 5 damage reduction, and has the demon immunity. So he's kind of a demon. He's a lower level demon. I mean, like low on
Strike
me.
with all your might!
Because I have a cold iron weapon.
Endure
pretty good.
this!
Go for their hearts!
Oh, I need some cold iron arrows
No glory without risk.
Distract them for me.
Wow, he hit pretty freaking hard.
We can do it!
And let's drink a potion.
Make every strike count.
Wow, he hit him pretty good. He did 15 damage to him. So skiers are I don't know. As far as I can tell, they're like tiny minotaurs.
Let's move.
If you're familiar with like 40k, they're kind of like beastmen. That's kind of what they're equivalent to, I think. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. I'm just being funny because I'm funny. You're not funny. You're not funny at all. You stink. Okay. So there's some loot here. Plus weapon? Oh. Phew. Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head's still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? I'm Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. Is there anything I can do with help? I will. Pathfinders are kind of like these mythical mythical people who are, like really super powerful type. They're highly lauded. I don't know how credible they are. You're a Pathfinder? That's right, Finian Dismere, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam across the whirlwind wherever my tasks lead me, scouting mostly, but this last while I've been hanging around Kenabris, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes up for better lodging than an inn. What I meant was, what are you? What is that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Khelids of the Star-Eye clan fell when the whirlwind troubles began. But I can't stand by while the demons wreak havoc, so I came back. Or do you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I am skilled and a capable fellow. If I do say so myself, I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. Those folks like me, they call folks like me Phantom Blades. Phantom Blade, what is that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, huh? Yeah. I don't need any wheatstones or enchantments. Don't take up space either. Although to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow the kind of power don't come from happy places. And they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors. The city's attacked by demons. Wait, the last thing I saw were some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right after that, things got intense. They dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was laying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. You do know you're a talking weapon now, right? How'd you end up in the shop? Gah! I've been here so long I don't even remember. Just sitting and waiting for word of any other Pathfinders. But it looks like everyone forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinder, so I've taken up residence here. Alright, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sort of things. Is there anything in your party that's missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. I've never really figured out how to use him.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Occasionally he'll talk, but I don't think you can actually use him as a weapon. I haven't seen him be used as a weapon.
Can't hide from me.
Basically, it's just saying there was things valuable here, but not anymore, because everything sucks. Counterfeit Derek Sunhand jewelry. That's interesting. Pipe Fox. It's like a familiar. It's like Guinevere from, except I don't think he's an attack creature. Okay, let's talk to this thing. Master code word. Hand of Iori. Code word correct. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Gaffrin and Son and Son. Address, third building on the right, Jewelers Ali Nero San Menev. Model G-504-ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Master Gaffrin. Tell me about suspicious people who came in the shop last week. 56 individuals entered shop. Human female, old male, gnome male, old human female. He'll be reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Tieflings, 3. Male, middle-aged, tiefling male, tiefling male young. Tiefling female young. Describe the young male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, short wings, curling back, medium length tail, eye color yellow, hair color black. Special observations, annoyed master. That sounds like me, but that's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near this place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? It couldn't have been me. Describe the middle-aged tiefling. Tiefling male. Medium height, long horns. Medium length tail. Eye color pale blue. Skin color dark. Special observations. Red hair. Now, Erebus said that the dude had long horns. Oh, that's our treasure. I bet my life on it. Red hair. We got a couple gingers, and plenty more who'd get out of the bottle. So much for special observation. Golems aren't all they cracked up to be. Maybe its master knows more. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female. Average height, hair long, pale, tail not observed, long horns, eye color blue. Special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. I don't know about that one. New arrival most likely. Gold stitching? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. I want some money. Where's your master? Philium Furieros, my master is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited, prohibited, prohibited. He likely holed himself up in the basement. where the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement in this place? The basement's below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. I found everything I want to know. Let's move this stupid.
Well, this didn't go well.
Adventures await.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Shut up, Lan. You whiny crybaby. Let's go to the basement. You know what's sad is I think my I bet my athletics check is almost as good as Lan's because we're both about the same. I'm actually a little bit stronger than Lan. The thing is my athletics is -2. So let's see. Without the breastplate and heavy shield, my athletics check would be 4 because I don't have any levels in it. So okay, so he'd be better. Forget what
Follow
I said.
me.
I said nothing. As Schulte said, I know nothing. I know nothing.
I am helpful, am I not?
Marauders, bandits, scavengers. Yeah, makes sense. We're all those things and much more. Before you report us to authorities, mind we have a chat? Please calm down. No one's gonna rob you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. You came here to tell me the nightmare's over? No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back. You, Wojef, you dirty little sneak feet. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. My name's Filian Fruliatros, whatever the heck that is. I am the owner of the shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything anymore. I hope there's something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe. Nothing a bit of polish can't fix. Where were you at the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own shop? I was in here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on the tieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Glorion. So of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in this basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door no matter how much I yelled at it, but then I thought it was all for the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, talking about taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancestry Wonders lately. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. Well, just can you try to persuade him? I'm going to threaten death with him. Persuade him how? I'm not going to try. I'm going to let him have a little chat with a devourer demon from the depths of the abyss. I tell you, did everything. Yes, I really did kick that pup. I didn't know it was going to go flying halfway across the yard. Pup, what tough? Tieflings, tell us about tieflings. Tell us about the red-haired tiefling. Red-haired tiefling, I suppose. There was one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He's a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked him to show me an Asimar-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected something was off. I checked out everything after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I did get a good look at his face. All I remember was he was wrapped in a green cloak, like he was freezing, but that's all I have. Tell us about Woljif. He's skulking around my shop for years, treating a place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I chased him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my swap, I'll bet you anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who has got the moon. I want to see it return too, you get me? I don't like the idea of other people scrubby mitts on it. Tell us about the Tiefling Woman. Tiefling Woman, ah yes, I remember. A noble lady. Unlike the Tiefling ruffians we have here, she purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all Tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. I found out everything I wanted to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the feast, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace in the wreck of my shop. Of a shop. So the funny thing is if you go here, Finian is his own. Oh, you can turn him into a weapon now. So he's Cold Iron Ghost Touch. And he's +1. Let's give him to Sealip. I did not know I could do that. I am last time I played the beta when he was in it, he wasn't in it in previous versions of the beta. I didn't know exactly how to work him. That's cool. Now he can basically be whatever weapon we want him to be. All right, let's go back to the Tieflings hideout. The Thieflings hideout. Oh, come on. Oh, that one was one I could have evaded, but I'm a big dummy. They call me Big Dummy. So I'm not even in combat. That's interesting. You tried to pull me into combat. That's funny. Here we go, here we go, here we go. What you want? What you want? What you want? Take a good look at the subjects. Only redhead is our Melrune and Dolphy. The dark squid. Apparently, Melrune. I mean, he's redhead. He doesn't mention long horns, but I think he does have long horns. He has red hair and he has green. The thing is I know who took the amulet. If you're paying attention, you know who took the amulet. But that was probably the one who did. That's probably the one who did. He confessed. Someone connected with the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the Moon of the Abyss, and the best idea he could come up with is to drag us into it. He got a scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us, the Erebus, so he could swipe the amulet into chaos. He thought we'd get nicked, and he'd slink off and meet his customer. Got the Moon of Abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life, I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Blake Coltis. I don't really give a cost. I'm glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place. The sooner the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. The city has already died, if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it. Oh yeah. Apology. You promised to apologize. He's that kind of jerk. He is that kind of jerk. So sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you. Don't think about that just because you don't act like a jerk this one time that it cancels out the rest of your record. That doesn't sound like the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Too bad, that's all you're gonna get. Because I failed the dang check. Better than nothing. Listen, Chief. If you spare a minute, come see me. I got something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below when a building's about to crash on our heads. I bet he has something. Well, I know he has something to tell me, but we'll as the thing is, for a while, for quite a while, I'm gonna know what's going on in the game. I mean, I know because I've played the beta, and they haven't made like major changes. There's been some subtle changes, but not major changes. Oh, come on, man.
The heartbeat quickens.
Another one of these beastmen.
Forwards!
What's funny
Time to
is
share your treasures.
back in the olden days,
You've crossed the wrong monk.
Like in first edition D&D and second edition
I'll cut you
D&D,
wide open.
Mostly the game was all about killing monsters, because that was basically the only way you ever got experience points. They have improved it a bit. They have improved it a bit.
The light take you.
So now you get all right. I apologize for walking my way through that some of the conversation. That Thiefling thing is really a side quest, and I realized that most of this part of the adventure was just all about that one mission, which is kind of a bummer. There's a lot more important missions in the game. Okay. Okay. sell some crap. Do we have anything I want to sell? I don't want to sell the cold metal. I've basically been keeping anything that's cold iron, because Masterwork's one thing, but having a cold iron weapon is worth keeping. Not too many of them, though. I'm gonna sell this. We don't get any monks. I mean, he's a monk, but he isn't Mr. Kung Fu fighting. His hands were fast as lightning. Yes, I'm crazy. I know I'm crazy. We have quite a bit of money. Honestly, I'm saving the money. I probably will need to buy some potions at some point. I don't need to yet. But the reason why is unless they get rid of it out of the game. But there was a super awesome weapon in the game, and it was a longsword, and it makes Radiance look like a.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Why'd you steal the Moon of the Abyss? You wouldn't have been able to sell the item so rare anyway.
Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up.
I'm not saying I don't believe you, old Jeff, but I don't believe you.
But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Karazme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garand. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
Did you really have
Since
the
that
amulet all
night,
this
Chief,
time?
Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
You deceive people who considered you friend. That's not a way to treat your friends.
Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove... Sister Karazme used to say that us tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing, and I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should.
Now, I don't want to defend Wojif because he's kind of he's not outright evil. He wasn't the one who betrayed the Thieflings. That was actually Mollerim. Woljif just wanted to steal the amulet.
Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief. I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family. And they Well, I mean, we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Now, I've never used his selling stuff. I might try to do that. I want some heavier armor. I don't look more like my guy here. I don't really look much like my guy. So let's see. We finished the high. So we got a bunch of crap. Look, before I end the episode, let's look at the bunch of crap. So we finished this mission. We finished this mission. Let's get rid of complete requests. So Horgus wants me to go to his mansion with Camellia. There's so that's one to go to. Um, Scout out the Tower of Estrad. Visit the Blackwing Library. I also need to help the Crusaders. I need to find a secret entrance to the Grey Garrison. Gather allies for attack at Garrison. Most of those we'll probably find in the Market Square. Stay of Execution. The brave souls defended the Defender's Heart, survived the first attack and ensuing chaos, but they're not out of the woods yet. Everyone understands that the death sentence issued by the Demon Lords has not been quashed, merely postponed. No one knows when the execution will come, but each person hopes against hope to live long enough to see past the threat pass and receive a clemency of fate. Who knows what the demons will deal the final blow to Defender's Heart. The next wave of attack could be unexpected consequences. And not only for the Crusaders barricaded in the tavern, but the city at large. Visit Jernolf in Chili Creek. This one we can't do until we've cleared out the Grey Garrison. I'm not exactly sure why it says this. The Outcast. Foreign hunter servants of evil have reported a dangerous cultist by the name of Kalisa is hiding in Kenabris. He described her as her remarkable appearance, gray hair, dark skin, and scarlet eyes. Somehow she's like a dark elf or something. Although most dark elves have like white hair, but gray is not uncommon. And warned just how deadly she can be in a fight. And I did read that there are dark elves in. Although I don't think she is one. I don't know. An Eagle Watch fighter and Seela's friend, Jana Aldori, went missing during the demon attack. Erebeth would appreciate any information about her. On the day of celebration, Seela and Jana Aldori parted with Aldori at a market square in Kenabris. There should be a way to get across the rift that divides the city. According to Nevia, there's a convenient place to cross the market square. Okay, so those are all the missions. The ones we're probably going to go through next is we may scout the tower. We may go to the Blackwing Library, but I think first what we'll do is we will go to the Market Square because we want to deal with the divided city. Because the only way you can get the Great Garrison is to find the divided area of the city, which is easy enough, but there's a lot of fights that are in there. We're now 3rd level. We still have a ways to 4th. I'm going to go rest. Since we leveled up and we got new spells, I'm going to rest. And begin resting. So this conversation that's happening while we're resting. So we rested for 11 hours. I don't think there's that much of sleeping or anything. Because, I mean, most of it's probably sleeping, but the rest of it's like healing and resting again so we get our spells back. Now, if you haven't watched my earlier videos, hey, he kind of does look like me. I got that kind of belly. I have a beard. I have the bald head. I don't have golden eyes or green beard, but if you remember in my conversation of my character creation, I wanted to. I picked the green beard since I couldn't go with green skin. I kind of dig the emerald skin that a planetar has. Okay, so Lil Diff, he's got very high dexterity. I would almost bet he has weapon finesse. Let's take a look. There it is, weapon finesse. You can use your dexterity modifier instead of your strength for attack rolls. He's also a 2-weapon fighter. That's funny. Add your strength bonus to damage rolls made in your offhand. So instead of your I'm not exactly sure why he took this because he has no strength modifier. Okay, so unless he puts some points into strength, which it would take until he's 8th level before he does anything with it. But I still need a tower shield. I don't think he has one. That's okay, we'll find one eventually. Okay, that's it for now. We will probably play tomorrow because it's pretty late tonight.